Good afternoon, everybody. Hey, it's John Ross here with the XPian Daily News Report for this Monday, April 5th, day after Resurrection Sunday, a day after Easter. I'm just going to try to give a few thoughts on that, post-Easter, some thoughts, um, some post-Easter thoughts. Yeah, yesterday was real nice weather. I know many of you were with loved ones and got to worship in the houses of worship there. Um, I was at a early sunrise service, which was nice, to celebrate the resurrection of Jesus. And that's what the day is about, Resurrection Sunday. Churches around the world are celebrating that. And it has meaning. And what does the meaning of it? That's what we're going to discuss here for a few moments. I was hoping to have a guest, Dr. Vince Gaddis, but things came up at the last moment, and he'll have to be with us down the road, and we wish him well there. And we wanted to have a perspective from his point of view as his work at Benedictine College and Benedictine College University, in Lisle, and his other things that he does. He's got a great perspective. So we're going to talk a little about some post-Easter thoughts here. And these are some of the topics I was going to discuss with Dr. Vince, but we'll just go through them a few moments here and give a little overview. The COVID-19 vaccinations, the Derek Chauvin trial, race relations, and light in the light of the resurrection of Jesus. I thought about another one I should have added about voting rights that could be added. There's other topics, of course, that we can talk about. I want to just give a little update on the vaccination front and COVID. I think the variants are still out there. We got to worry about them. There's somewhat of a slight uptick in cases. I think the deaths are holding steady, but that's not good. We got to give them down to zero. The deaths are still up there. In Illinois, we recorded today, it was 11 more deaths, and I think it was about 2,000 more cases. So it's still hanging in there, and we got to get everybody vaccinated. Now, that's one thing I'm going to be working on, I should say, thrusting forward and working ahead on. The Kane County Vax site, kanevax.org. You look at there for some helps in Kane County, where we're based here. There's several sites. There's an Aurora site, there's a Batavia site, and there's other pharmacies and others that are doing it. I had my second shot last Thursday. No, yeah, a week ago Thursday. So I'm almost on my second week here, coming up on Thursday. So that's a very good thing. And I want all you to get those vaccinations. And I have a friend who took the first one, and now he's having a hard time. Well, he's got another over 2 weeks to work on it, almost 3, to get that second vaccination. He's with the Pfizer, so you got to look for the Pfizer. And I would hope the county and other sites would offer those type of things. Another Pfizer and Moderna, that's fine, but it won't help here. He needs a Pfizer, and that's out there. And of course, there's the Johnson and Johnson vaccinations too that are good. So that front, we just got to keep at it. School kids, maybe it's another story. We just got to worry about them too a little more than we have been. I'm hoping we'll have some more health people on our show so we can talk more about those things and really more factual manner yet. I mean, the sources I'm getting are factual, but I can't elaborate as well as some others could. So that's what we want to do here. And like I said, encourage you to get your vaccinations for your loved ones, for everyone. I got I'm going to bring this up here. Um, the columnist for the Aurora Beacon News, the Beacon News in Aurora, Denise Crosby, had an interesting article today. I encourage you to go online and look at that. It was about how she got her first shot. And she got her first shot from one of my Aurora Kiwanians who's a director out at Plum Landing, and they had some extra vaccine, and they wanted to use it. And she received a call that way and did that. And then she received her second shot from my friends at the visiting nurses. So she's on her way to be fully, protected there. And if you can't make one of those vaccinations, just don't skip it. Tell them, because they have this problem of running around trying to find people to get the vaccines. Yes, if you are signed up and maybe you can't make it for health reasons or work or some reason, or maybe you've already received a vaccination, still tell them and cancel that so they can use that vaccine for other people instead of having to scurry around and try to find some people. And anyway, it's a very nice article. Look that one up. Denise Crosby, she does a nice job with the Beacon News there. So I just wanted to bring that up. So take a look on that article. So we also have out there this trial in Minneapolis, which I think is maybe a turning point, and I think a lot of people are getting involved in this, and I was trying to say what's the resident guy do with this? Well, I think some people are standing up in the right way instead of just hiding. And same with the vaccinations. I want to get back to that in a moment. There's some people out there. This is junk. They're saying this is the quote mark of the beast or something like that. It's in the Bible and a misused part of Revelation, and just junk. It's junk. And there's a lot of people buying this bunk in the church, and the pastors and the rest have to stand up on this and tell people about that. And pastors and Christian leaders have to show compassion. When Jesus showed compassion, he fed the 5,000. He wept when he came to Jerusalem. We have to feel for the people here. There's people hurting, and we need these vaccines so others don't get hurt. So I think the church should stand up its leaders and tell people that this is junk stuff that's coming out there, and they support vaccinations. And I know my local African American churches are doing that. I don't know about some other churches, but they are promoting it, and that's very good. And so I just want to say about it was just a sidetrack. I'm glad people of goodwill are standing up in the murder of George Floyd there in Minnesota. That is a very good thing, and they need support there, and that's very good. And these things are all back down to race relations. And I was just thinking, Martin Luther King in the 50s was always asking for the white church to stand up with him. Some did, but not enough, and it's still that way. I catch that there's some that still think there's no discrimination out there. We don't like to push that there is. I understand that we want to be positive, but let's be real. When we see it, we see it. And we got to stand up. There's good things happening. Let's not doubt that. The Lord has blessed us in this country in many ways. So let's not negate that. But let's stand up for righteousness, and voting rights is another thing that's out there. We got to be a country that lets everybody have an equal shot. And that's, I think, Christianity puts everybody on an equal footing. We know that Christians reached out from the base in Jerusalem, reached out to all over the world, and their basis was not of one superiority of a race. It was all equal in Christ. So that's what we have to be doing as Christians, is reaching out to others. And that's what the lesson, I think, of the resurrection is. Even we're imperfect people, we have to show the love of Jesus. And so that's my little thought there. We'll have more when Dr. Vince comes by, and he's got more deep theological thinking than I do here, but he's got some good insights, and we'll have that down the road. I just want to say on Wednesday, we're going to be talking with the Aurora Public Library Executive Director, Michaela Happerkern. And Michaela is going to update us on things happening there and some of their programs and what's happening in the summer. And we'll just hope everything keeps moving ahead here and opening things. And so she's going to be with us on Wednesday. And Friday, I know we'll have a guest. I'm working on at least one there, and maybe we'll see. But I know we'll have a guest on Friday also. So I just want to thank everybody for listening for a few moments today and just sort of catching our breath after a beautiful Resurrection Sunday that many churches celebrated, and just a joyous day. And so we just want to thank you for listening for these few moments. Spread the word, tell others. Listen on Wednesday. We're going to have an update on the Aurora Public Library. So right now, all I can say to you out there is God bless and bye-bye. Bye-bye.